So I will start. I will start with XRP. Yeah, and so we were on the edge yesterday, and we broke down. So if I go to this chart and I zoom out, is you can see the greater descending horn, expanding horn that it's in. Yeah, touch the bottom. Now you can see this descending wedge here, and it was testing this. So last night it moved. Last night it moved away from it. So it moved away from it, and then you can see this support line here, long time support line. It was sitting on this and it wasn't breaking, and then last night it broke. Yeah. So that was a bit of movement. You can see also it's in this 30-minute arc, and then the question is it going to complete the arc, do a third drop, final bounce, final peak, final bounce, normally a final retrace, and then it decides its direction, or is it going to be one of those times where it breaks up here? And at the moment it hasn't broken up. Is the one thing I'm cautious about is this position here. It hasn't broken this here. I've got it mapped out. I've got it mapped out here actually. 33.74 is, excuse me, is there's a potential impulse here of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So this is 1, potentially this is 4. So 4, if this is going to continue up, is 4 can break 1 here, yeah. So that's still in play. So I'm watching that with a sharp eye, yeah. So it could turn and go up, or else we're going to have our full correction down here, yeah. And our full correction down here would be, if I put it to the 786, will be around 30.83. So that's why I've put the channel line here as a reminder. Yeah. Now I might have to adjust it, but you can see now how this 15-minute arc is playing out. Then there's this. You can see this darker arc is the half-hour one. I don't know whether you can see it there. Maybe if I turn it, you can see it. Here's the half-hour one that includes both of these 15 minutes together. Yeah. So part of what I'm looking at is you can see the red channels here. So it's looking like we could come back down and we could be doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Yeah. So then I'm looking at it possibly hitting this red line before it comes back up for 4. Yeah. Or equally, you can see the white channel lines here. So anywhere between this white line and the red line here, and that would also bring it to, on the fib, it would bring it approximately, break the 05. It might even wick down to the 618. It might even come down as far as 32.15. Again, if it's going to continue down, because I'm looking at a target, and I'm going to take my profit here. I don't want to stay in for all this and all that. I've been in this trade on the wrong direction, so I'm happy to take profit here. If I actually hit my target here, I've got to take profit at 32.90. 32.90. If I get 32.90, I'll add 2.4x onto my 10x challenge. So I'll be happy with that. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Now, if I go into a little bit more detail, what detail do I want to go into? I'll go into the MAs first, yeah. And I'm going to go into the daily because the daily turned. Excuse me. And the daily turn, you can see this 3 days down, is the 5 broke up here. So it didn't turn down, but again, it doesn't mean it isn't resistance. It can still be resistance here. The VWAP turned down, and more importantly for the daily here is the 20 MA broke. So price action got below it, and then it came back up and back tested and moved down again. You see where the 20 here, the pink, and the 10, the blue, they cross over. When you get MAs crossing over like that, they have a tendency to cancel out each other a little bit. It weakens both of them while they're crossing over like that. Yeah. So the question is this the bottom? Are we going to head back up, or are we heading down? So now if I go into the 12 hour, is you can see the 12 hour is the 10 or the 5. The orange here is continuing. The 10 is up, and again this is natural formation for the turn down. Is you can see here again it broke. Look, yesterday the 55 EMA was holding. It broke, back tested, pushed down. Here's the 50 MA, and again look, it broke down to the 20 EMA, back tested to the 50, and pushed down to the 20 MA here. Yeah. So again, it's back testing again. Look, at the moment it's back testing to the 20 EMA, and then the question is it going to head up? I think it's heading down, but is it going to head up, or are we heading down? And again, here's the Bollinger Band at 32. So this would be possibly a 1, 2, 3, back up for 4, and then down for 5. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. So when I go into the 8 hour, again you can see the turn here. A lot of support. The 100, the 144. Here's the 10 turned. So importantly, the 10 turned, the 5 MA turned. Here's the VWAP coming down, and then you can see that 20 EMA and the 55 have turned down. They're now resistance, and so is the 20 MA on the 8 hour. So you can see that they're all resistance. And again, a potential target down here is 33.33, with a wick through that could give us wave 3. So you can see that this is a back test, and there's a lot of resistance up here. Yeah. Equally, when I went to the 6 hour, again you can see there's a back test here. Now this is a wave, a short wave on the 5 minute. I'll show you as we get in. You can see in the 6 hour, the 5 here broke through the 100, the 20 EMA, and this black grey line here is the 144 weighted, the WMA. So this is also a strong sign for resistance. And then the 4 hour here's the 4 hour. So again, a drop down. You can see the play of how it's back testing, dropping, back testing. Now look, we've back tested to the 5 MA on the 4 hour, and again this is going to turn in 10 minutes. Going to turn, we're going to get a push down, and again I think this is the push down that's going to give us a wick through. This is the 100 MA here. I think it's going to give us a wick through here down to somewhere in the 32s, I believe. So now here's the 3 hour. Again, look, back testing to the 55 here. There's the 5. Back testing on the 2 hour, back to the 10 on the 2 hour. So as much as it's a lift up, it's only gone back to the 10 on the 2 hour. Yeah. Notice also as well is that the 5 and the 2 hour hasn't turned up. And again, this push up was strong because it bounced off the 200 on the hour, and also the 5 on the hour turned up for the last 2 hours. But now you can see it didn't reach the 20 EMA here and the 20 MA, the pink and white. And you can see that this hour looks like it potentially could turn into a red, and it's a rejection candle. Yeah. So now I'm going to just go down into the 15 minute. So you can see the 15 minute. It has looks like it's topped out, and it's starting to come down. Yeah. And again, same with the 5. Looks like it's topped out, and it's coming down. Yeah. When I go into the stock RSI, and the 5 minutes at the bottom, so the 5 minute will push down a bit more, but we'll need to reset. But more importantly, what's the 15 doing? See, the 15's at the top when it's ready to come down. So you can see now the top here, and now the 15 is ready to come down here and bring this down. Yeah. And then equally the 30 minute is topping out. Look, that corrected itself. That's ready to come down as well. Let's have a look at the hour. And the hour looks like it's coming up. And again, it's already nearly up. So the main effort of up is this. So you'll see when this is coming down that this will still top out and start to come down. And again, I believe for that final push. Yeah. Now again, I'm going to flick through these to the 4 hour. The 4 hour here, the stock is at the bottom. You look and go, geez, that's pretty low. So I had a look at that. And you can see it's pretty low here. It's turned at the moment. I expect it to turn down again. So when I do a little scrunch in like this, and I just look at the history and go, you know, how low is this compared to previous? You can see there's got one more, potentially, there's one more turn in it. So there could be a nice one more push down that, and then equally for that 3-4, that final push down, it could turn into a bullish divergence, which would be indicating a turn, yeah. So that's what I'm looking at on the 4 hour. Sorry, now I have to stretch all this back out again. Now again, I'm going through the stocks on purpose because as I go through them remember the 8 hour I was talking about? And look, the 8 hour is properly heading down. So the 8 hour is, again, most of the effort was in getting it to move, but again, it's still on its way down, yeah. Equally, the 12 hour. Look, the 12 hour started. So to me, that's indicating potentially that the 12 hour wants to take it down and do a full correction of this impulse, yeah. And again, that frees it up for a nice turn, and we may get that break up afterwards, yeah. Equally, the day here is at the top. Now the day can spend a long time up there, but you can see at the moment it's after crossing over for today, so you can see that the push is pretty solid on the down, yeah. Excuse me. So I'll be happy to jump out of my trade when it comes down the next time it comes down, yeah. And then I could go through the EMAs on their own, but I'm pretty much gone through it. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I could talk about how it's moving down through the different levels here, but I've already described it, yeah. Okay, so now I will be much more relaxed when I see it break 33.74 on the way down, because it invalidates that impulse up, yeah. Potentially the bottom target here is about 30.65, 31 or so. That would be the full 786. Is, if we're being a little bit more conservative, is the 30.65, and we put it all the way up to the golden pocket, is a range of, again, 32 to 30.50 will be the target range on the way down. And we need to break that 30. What was that again? We need to break below 33.73. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for now. And let's just have one last look, or maybe do we need to have one last look? I'm having one last look for myself here. On the 4 hour is okay. So you can see that it wicked to the 5. I thought the 55 would hold it, but it went to the 5, and now we're getting the rejection. And that's really what I want to see, because even if it doesn't break this here, the 33.73, 33.70, even if it doesn't break it, the 5 and 15 are still going to do a correction. So if it doesn't break it, I'll see it doesn't break it. I'll still give me an opportunity to jump out of my trade, yeah. And I can jump out with a bit of profit, which I wasn't sure about. Is I needed it to break this level here. So last night I broke 35.20. It needed to break that, and you can see it broke it, back tested, and then came down again. So a lot of volatility last night. A bit of a sleepless night. Back onto the 1 hour. Just one final look. Okay, you can see a rejection here. We look on the 15. Okay, looks like it's starting to turn. Look at that rejection, double top, nice flat double tops, nice strong rejection there. And that's me. So that's what I think is going to happen. And let's see what happens for the rest of the day, and we'll talk later on for New York. And I'm going to hand you over now to Mihaela, and Mihaela will take you through Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Okay.
Change.
To change. Okay. Stop from here, and I'll start sharing my screen here. There we go. I'll start with Bitcoin because it's quite similar to Ethereum. So it's a conversation about levels this morning, and I'll show you where. Let me just. Okay, so I can't believe we're back here testing the neckline of this head and shoulders formation. So during the weekend we had this head and shoulders triple top formation. We've fallen out of it, and now we tested it last night and we're back at it testing it again. So we're testing the first level of the drop. If this were a 1, 2, then this would be a 3, maybe this would be a 4. And we still have one more leg to come down, in my opinion, based on how this is looking. The 15-minute RSI and the 5-minute are topped out here, so I expect a retrace. Now this level here is essential because this can be the rejection coming down to the next level of support and resistance at 20,100. Or if it breaks up, that means this was an ABC correction, and it looks like it's done, and it's breaking out again from that channel. And after this correction, I would say it will keep going. So we are. Last night I expected a much deeper drop. I expected to see at least the midline of the channel here at around the 0.5 being reached, but it wasn't. Maybe this is all that was in this drop, though it's not even a 382. However, if there is momentum to keep it going, it will keep going. So I would be watching what happens at this level. If it breaks up into this head and shoulders formation, then this head and shoulders formation is invalidated as a peak formation. So we're no longer looking for a drop from here and a correction. We might be looking for another leg up. It's again it's a great milestone for where the swing is at the moment. In terms of the MAs, right now we're coming up to test the same level, but now we're coming up with a little bit more support from the MAs. The 20 is crossing over the 50 on the 15-minute, and on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we are testing again the 5 and the 50 for support. Having said that, this might have been the how can I say, one last breath before it comes down from that level, because we can see the 5 crossed down over the 50 on the 4-hour. We have 40 minutes left from this 4-hour candle, and then the 10 will come down. So if the downward momentum continues, we might come down again for another push down. That's where Bitcoin is this morning. Again, the invalidation of this head and shoulders would be crossing this line upwards. If it starts getting rejected and we have a second red candle on the hour, we're looking to get to this level. Yeah, I was quite surprised last night that all that happened was a retest, and then from that retest a couple of $100. But that's where it is right now. It's not an easy time to be trading. Ethereum is in a very similar situation. Ethereum at least made an effort and met, I will consider this met the next level. So it had a beautiful triple top formation here, came down. Now the neckline of Ethereum would be a little bit harder to define and determine. I'd say somewhere around here where it is, but at least Ethereum broke down to the next level of support and resistance. The 1 hour stochastic looks exhausted, so it would need a little bit of a breather. The only big if is if momentum chooses to continue upwards, and we've seen Ethereum do that. As it looks at the moment on the MAs, on the shorter time frames, the 15 is meeting the 200, and it's bringing up a lot of support. On the 1 hour, the candle met the 50, and it looks like it did a fair bit of retrace, almost half of the candle retraced, but it is bringing up the 5. Overall, last night it met the 200. I think XRP did the same, so it came down to the 200 MA. And now let's check to see if we have support. On the 4 hour, we have some support, a fair bit of support. We've met the 50, we're holding the 5, we're holding the 10. The 4 hour, those were seconds. Okay, the 4 hours just, sorry, my bad. I'm finding it hard to read the minutes and the numbers. So yeah, we've just started a new 4 hour for Ethereum, and it looks like we're holding the 10. And I'll just quickly change and check what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's both holding the 50 and the 5 is coming up. So it looks like there is momentum for the up. I am watching for this level here. I'll say the 21K. We haven't yet tested the 21K at the moment. If the 21K gets broken, I'll say momentum upwards will be more dominant than downwards. I will have to close my my shorts and wait to see what it's gonna do. Again, there might be some trickery here, maybe another fourth top. Again, we'll see that when we're there. But at the moment, seeing the 21 level for Bitcoin get broken, and for Ethereum. For Ethereum, where it is right now, 21.10, 21.11, about where it is right now. So if it continues upwards on the 1 hour and closes above this level, I'll say again the level upwards will be dominant. That's it from the two coins. They did a drop, a small drop. It looks like there's more in that drop, but unless levels of support break, we're looking more likely to go up. Have a brilliant day, and I'll see you for New York later.
Thanks, Michaela. Guys, any questions?